Good evening, my dear brothers and sisters. Today is February the 13th, 2009. We are having our regular meditation class. How are you today? Tomorrow is the Valentine's Day. Last night I have a chance to sit with the youngest novice. We both made some Valentine's cards. He needs to do about 21 cards for his classmates and his teacher. So he unable to finish them all. And before he goes, he asked me to help to cut the heart. And he do some drawing and some writing for the cards. And he have about 5 names left. He unable to finish. He said, "Thầy, I have to go to bed now. Make sure you done all the cards for me." So that's a gift for Thay. This special holiday, people used to sending Valentine's cards, flowers, and sometimes they offering confectionery. And I understand that beside Christmas, this is also the holiday, the day that people sending a lot of cards around. Tomorrow is the official day, February the 14th. And we able to give our loved one a gift, a present. But beside that, if we have time, then we will come back to the temple tomorrow to have a mindfulness day. Because our practice is a truly gift for our loved one. Because we used to understand that love is not only by words, but love have to show your love by actions. And in Buddhist, we say practice. So when you practice, that means you show your love. You show your love to your father, your mother, and all people around you who you love. But this kind of love is not only a romantic love, not only between ladies and gentlemen, but this love in Buddhist we call loving kindness, compassionate. When we talk about compassionate, the first thing appear in our mind, that is Buddhism. In Vietnamese, they used to say Buddhism is the religion of compassion, relieving the sufferer. When they talk about the compassionate, in the Vietnamese people mind, automatically they think about the temple, the Buddha, Buddhism. And in our regular day, we say, show your love. Prove me your love. And we use the term very easy, that is practice. Practice means something you really intend. You put your effort into something we call practice. It's hard, but because of your love, you will do your best. You will put your heart into that kind of thing. So we call practice. For instance, we try to sit on floor on a cushion. It's hard because this is something unusual. You never sit like this at home for hours. But when you come to the Friday meditation class, you will practice. But we also offer many other ways to sit. On the bench, on a higher cushion, on any way that you feel comfortable when you sit. So what we do? We show your love. We show our love by offer you something that's necessary for you while you are meditation. We want you to have a truly peace and calm when you sit. Not just sit there and endure all your suffer because of your pain, your sleeping legs. So the word practice, lot of meaning. Very simple, but it is something that you're able to do and very valuable. It is not as simple as we just using the word practice. But if we sit down and we think about the word practice and we see it's so something very deep. We all need love, and we all want to love. We want to have a person for us to love. But beside that, we want someone to love us. In our tradition, we have a day called precept recitation. That means the day we come together, we recite all the mindfulness trainings that we have took. Like a lay practice, a lay practitioner, we practice the 5 mindfulness trainings, right? And the 3 refugees. So in our English Sangha, we come together and we recite these things every first Friday of the month. And the Vietnamese community, they come every full moon. And also in the monastics. The novices, I have to recite their 10 precepts, their 10 mindfulness trainings. The bhikkhu, the bhikkhuni, that means monks and nuns, we also recite what we have received. Why? Because if we don't recite, we cannot remember. And if you cannot remember, how can you apply what you receive into your daily practice? And after the recitation, if we have a few words to talk to the community, to remind, and usually that kind of speech will be addressed by the highest teacher. It's like the day all the students come and that teacher will say something to remind, to support, to give you more energy support, spiritual support for their students. And last full moon, I talked to the novices. After the 10 mindfulness trainings, I have read to them. And we sit together and I spend about 10 minutes to talk to them. And I say that in this life, we all need love. Because if we don't have love, our life is very dry. It's like a tree, a plant needs the water. But we have to learn how to water. That means how to love. Otherwise, sometimes we make the plant will die because too much water. We need to understand different type of plants, different type of trees, different types of flowers in order to give them water. Yesterday, I have a phone call from a novice from Vietnam, and he also shared with me about the teacher's love. And sometimes the teacher give a lot of support, a lot of love for the student, but the student doesn't turn out as good as he wants. Because sometimes the teacher doesn't know how to love. Same thing as our daily life. So a mindfulness day that we come to practice together. A day that we practice fully in meditation. So when we're able to come and we learn how to be present for each of the activity we have. And a full day like that is nourished a lot in us. It's not only nourished the insight, the peace, the joys, but it's also nourished the love in us, because we can see what can we do for our loved one. Sometimes, maybe yesterday, we have an argument with someone, and we feel that we will get upset. We cannot talk to that person forever. But sometimes something very miracle. We come to a day of mindfulness, of meditation, the meditation help us to release, because full of love, full of peace, full of joys in us, able to help us to release that person out of the jail. And we also allow us to step out of the hell of anger, the hell of negative feelings. Sometimes we come to the mindfulness day, but we're not there. We were carried away by something else from yesterday, or by something else tomorrow. Even though we have registered, we try too much to attend a day, but we're not there. So the big gift for us, first thing is, we are there in the present moment. We are here in the here and in the now. In Mahayana practice, they have the tradition of reciting the mantra. Mantra means a secret words. Sometimes you read it, but maybe you don't understand. But you know that secret word very powerful. Help you to maintain mindfulness, help you to focus to the present moment. For instance, we will recite Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. We can combine these words along with meditation. For example, when you sit down, you breathe in Om Mani, you breathe out Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. So the word now, the mantra become an object for your mindfulness. So Tantra practice, breathing method, or reciting the Buddha's names, they are the good way, the good techniques to help us to focus, to be there, to be here in the present moment. No doubt. And there's no way that we are against. If we practice this way and we are against the other. That's never happened in a real practitioner, a true practitioner. We use the map to see the real direction, not for us to hold the map and attach with the map. And today I would like to give you the 4 mantras. But this mantra, easy, you can understand. You can write this mantra down. You can make it big and hang it somewhere in your house. Sometimes that person is on strike. They don't want to talk to you. And instead of, talk to them, they're unable to talk, but you can make a sign. Doing like this in front of them. Not to make them more angry, but to make them laugh, to make them happy. The first gift for your Valentine's Day, or the first mantra, you can say, "Darling, I'm here for you." That is a refreshment. Sometimes we say we love that person, but we are not really there for that person. If we want to do that, first we have to be there. We have to practice how to be there, how to enjoy the present moment. Like when you sit here, you can say, "Thay, I'm here for you." That means not only your body, but also your mind. You don't just sit here, just the body, but your mind is visiting somewhere else. So when you want to bring the true gift to someone, and sometimes your presence is more meaningful than a gift. There are some kids, they never see their parents for the whole week because the parents work too much, even in the weekend. When they ask, "Mom, Dad, why you need to work on Saturday and Sunday?" And they want to make the kids happy. They say, "Oh, to make more money to buy toys for you." But you know how the kids answer? "Mom, Dad, I think I have enough toys. All I need is you at home with us in the weekend." Some kids, they told me that I miss a family meal. My parents don't have time to eat with us. I really enjoy the time that we go out to the restaurant together. I knew that some families, they make this become their regular activity. That's every weekend. They go out together. Maybe they go to park in the summer. They go for a walk. And sometimes they go to eat. But doesn't matter what they do. But at least once a week, in that weekend, make sure everybody home together, stick together. Some wives, they came and cried with Thai and monks. They say, "My husband, every Friday after work, they go out with friends until Sunday evening. Even I beg him, can you please stay home for 1 week? This is the holiday, like a family day. In Alberta, we have a family day as a holiday. But sometimes people just use that day meaninglessly. They are not home like a family. So, first thing we can do is we be there first for us. When we eat, are we there for the food? Are we truly enjoy the food? When we drink, are we truly there for the cup of tea, for the cup of coffee, a glass of water or not? Sometimes we drive, but we are not there. The accident easily happen because when we drive, we are thinking something else. So the first magic formula, darling, I'm here for you. You know this is something weird, hard to say. But as human, we all need this kind of words. It's like a plant, like a tree, they need some drop of water. Because we always want to hear something, nice and happy to make us happy. Even though you say, I don't want anyone to praise me. But guess what? If someone praises us, the happy is, slowly arising in us. We never want to hear something bad. If we use a computer, sometimes we need to refresh. Sometimes we need to turn off to make the computer rest a little bit. Doesn't matter what, a motor, a machine, anything. You overuse it, it can be damaged, it can be down easily. It break easily. So we need to off some of the places just to be there at home. This afternoon, even though I don't feel well, but I still have to go to the hospital in St. Albert to give a short blessing for a patient at the hospital and shaving her head. The fighting between the mother and the daughter very seriously a few months ago because of their misunderstanding. And sometimes the daughter have to say, I want to kick my mother out. I don't want her to stay in my house anymore. Her presence damaged my happiness. Her presence damaged my own family. Many, many words. Make the mother totally suffer. And we have the habit. If someone hurt us, what do? If with our mindfulness, we will do something more to make that person more suffer. That's how we are. Without a practice, we can react in that way easily. And the mother the same. The mother also used many words to suffer her daughter. And the suffer also affect to Thay because they both come to me. And I never have a chance to sit down with both of them to listen. I just hear one side, another, side by side. And I need to do a mathematics. I need to sit down and subtract and adding and divide and multiply in order to find out the answer for both. And now the mother only have 2 more weeks. She have a very serious cancer. But lately, they go back to normal. And today, when I do the blessing for her, I shaving her head because she say she want to shave her head, so be too easy to for her shower, and she want a hair stand for afflictions, for something like a knob. She want to shave them off, out of her body, out of her mind. And after the shaving, she looked, bright and beautifully. And she joined her hands and she said, today, when I learned that Thầy will come to visit me and give me the blessing and shaving my hair, I'm very happy. I feel a lot of energy again. And thank you for being help us. Now, between both of us, no more misunderstanding. In the past, a lot of misunderstanding. Now she is here for me. I am here for her. They have practiced the first mantra. They don't have to sit down every night and reading something, but they have practiced a true words in their heart, being there for each other. She called me one day, she said, Thầy, in this moment, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to be with my mother because I know that she will be gone soon. So being there for someone we love is very needed. Like a baby, when they sleep at night, they will feel more safe if the mother or the father, lie down and sleep beside them. Even maybe after they slept, we doing some other work. But when they lie down on bed, they want someone to sit or to sleep beside them. I have a youngest novice. When he sleep in my room at night, he said, Thầy, I feel more safe and sleep well if I know that you hang around. So in order to make him sleep fast, I need to say, okay, I go to bed with you. I need to lie down beside him and, cover the blanket, and then within 5 to 10 minutes he sleep. And even Thầy, I still more safe if the master around. And the master also feel relaxed and more safe if Thầy is around, if I'm around. Because when he know that I'm still in the temple, I'm around, that means the temple has been taking good care. And if I know that the master around, I'm very sure, very strong, because I know that if I need something to discuss, to hear from his idea, the master is there for us to discuss. That is very true. We cannot live without each other. So not only the romantic love can say, darling, I'm here for you. You can change the word. Mom, I'm here for you. What do you need? Daddy, I'm here for you. When we go to India for the pilgrimage, and every holy site, when we kneel down, I lift up the incense, and I say, Lord Buddha, we are arrived. We are here for you. And I know that you are here for us in this moment. That is the first things I say to Buddha. Every holy site. And when I say that wholeheartedly, the hearers cry. The one who say it also cry. Because we know that in this moment, the student and the teacher, only one. Few days ago, my father, he have an allergy. But seriously, he need to do some surgery on his eye. And the day that it happened, suddenly I need to bring him to the hospital. And I know that he able to speak little English. Not as good, but at least enough to communicate with the doctors. But even though that day I also not feeling well, but I know exactly that in that moment, if I'm here, I'm there for him, he feel more safety. So I'm here, I'm there for him for the whole day when we do some checkup. And after my brother, he finished his work, he also run to the hospital. And he do the surgery yesterday. And my brother spent whole day for him there. So we know that in that moment he's happy. He doesn't talk because all he needs to do is just keep quiet and rest. He can sleep. He doesn't need anyone. But you know, you're there for that person. Even they say, because of their love, they say, I'm okay, you can go home and rest. But exactly, a patient needs someone around, always. Sometimes we don't need to wait until we go to the hospital to be called patient. The unpleasant feeling in us, we feel unwell, is also a patient. We're the patient of our suffer. Physical sickness, mentally sickness. So remember that the first gift, I'm here for you. When the kid, they sleep at night, sometimes they got nightmare. What do? You quickly run to the baby, embrace the baby, say, I'm here, don't worry baby. I'm okay, you okay honey? I do that a lot to my students when they are little. Sometimes they have nightmare. I'm working outside in the office and they just they sleep beside. And suddenly I heard they cry. Quickly I grab them and I say, oh, you okay? You got a nightmare, don't worry, Thay is here for you. Few minutes later they just lie down and go back to sleep. So even the baby, they still need that love. Sometimes we do nothing. Just be there for that person. Good enough. The second gift for your Valentine. Darling, I know you are there. That's why I'm here for you. Because you are here for me. And I am also here for you. Once we are here and we also can recognize that person is also here for us. Sometimes that person alive beside us, but we forgot. Until that person gone, we feel guilty. We want that person to come back. I remember a poem in English, but I don't remember exactly the words of that poem. But the meaning It's like this. If you need to say that you love your mother, say it now. Don't wait until she dies and you say, Mother, I love you. Do you need to write some love letter for her? Do it now. Don't wait until she dies and you write all your love poems on a piece of rock. Because the rock cannot feel your words. The rock cannot feel what you feel. So sometimes because of our negative habit, it carries us away so long. And we totally forgot what's around us. Sometimes this is an example only. When you have a practice center, you have a teacher, you don't see any valuable because you can stop by any time. You can see that Thay is there every Friday, so if I don't see him this week, I can see him next week. If I don't see him this month, I can see him next month. Nothing, like nothing special. But if some other places, they don't have any practice center like this. They don't have any group. And then what happened? They desire for that. They desire to have a group of meditators. They desire for a teacher. So wherever I come and visit them, I work so hard because they value the time that we are there for them. So sometimes we need to recognize, to tell us, I know you are there. That's why I'm happy. In our gratitude practice, besides we gratitude parents, teachers, friends, living beings, the government who try to keep the country. And then in our practice, we also gratitude to the students. In the tradition, the student gratitude the teachers. But if we practice more deeper, we can realize that as a teacher, you also gratitude to your students because they also nourish you a lot. It's like your kids. They hang around you, they make you laugh, they make you happy, they nourish you. Sometimes you're too much tired. It's like your grandchildren, you're too much tired. You say, bring your kids home. I don't want to look after them anymore. But 2 days later, you don't see them come. You call, where are they? Bring them here, I miss them. So when we recognize the moon, the sunshine, everything around us, it makes us happy all the time. When the Buddha walked on the street with Ananda, his beloved attendant, sometimes the Buddha, don't want Venerable Ananda lost his present moment. The Buddha said, Ananda, did you see that beautiful tree? Did you see that beautiful sunshine? Did you see that beautiful moon? What is that? That is the very talent, skillful way to call that person back to the present moment. Don't forget. Life is so miracle, so many things beautiful around. Like sometimes we live in this city, we have no enjoy. I want to go to that city, that place. But we remember many other people want to visit Edmonton because we have West Edmonton Mall, the biggest mall. It's funny, when I travel around, I say I live in Edmonton. They don't know where. But if I say, oh, I live in the place where it's the biggest mall, oh, I know the place. They never know where's Edmonton. But they know the city where they have the biggest mall in the North America. So in order to practice this, we need to practice to be recognize things around us. Like the snow falling, with us, nothing is usual. But the people who live in hot country, they love to see the snow falling. Like last December, we have a group of California members. They came. All they wish is to see one day snowing, but no snow. Oh, they're so disappointed. They say, we spend money for the flight ticket. Besides, we visit Thai, the master, the temple. One thing we want to see is snowing. But luckily, before they leave, they can see the snow. They're so happy. They went out, they jumped, they dance under the snow. But to us, we're so afraid. But if you know how to enjoy, you appreciate. Because once you are there for something, you appreciate it right away. So mindfulness helps us to recognize what is there and appreciate it. So the third gift, the third mantra, darling, I know you are suffering. That's why I'm here for you. This is also a true gift. When we suffer, but people who live the same house with us don't realize that we are suffer. We suffer more. Because they don't know what's wrong with us. We say, how can it be? Don't they see my face? Don't they see the way I walk, the way I eat? They should know. Why they need me to express? Why they need me to tell them? Sometimes we have that kind of complex. He is the husband. He must know how I'm feeling. But we forgot that the mind is impermanent. And our husband is not a saint. So sometimes, if we know that that person is suffering, we need to tell that person, I know that you are suffering. That's why I'm here for you. To be there for that person, sometimes you don't do anything yet. But at least that person feel that, realize that, you know what's wrong with that person. Happy enough. They sharing what's wrong or not. That is something we discuss. But at least in that moment, you show that person you have paid attention to them. You do care for them. You do love them. That's why you know that they are not well. Love means to make your loved one happy. That is how we love. Love means to make your lover happy. And if that person is not happy, that is not love. So your love, your care, your word, your action are the good treatments. Sometimes you don't know what's wrong yet. But at least you know something. And then what you do? You hang around. You give that person your support. Call that person to eat. Give that person a cup of tea. Doing something. They're not willing, they're not ready to share yet. But all your small things like that already show your care, your love. They are all the good treatments for that person. Again, love is practice. Because you love that person, that's why you practice this kind of thing. You're able to calm that person down. As a teenager, sometimes they have a lot of up and down feeling in them. You do not need to expect them to share with them every single thing. But if you do love them, you can see, because you have go through this path already. So look at your son, look at your daughter, little bit, at least you can tell. Today they are up, today they are down. You don't have to ask what's wrong. But you can treat them, you can heal them, you can calm them by your caring, your love. Sometimes that happens, I will call all of them, go out. Go to the pizza and eat. To bring them out of the environment of suffering, the situation of suffering. Bring them to another environment. Because as a teenager, up and down is sometimes it's not seriously. You don't need to listen. But you know how to bring them, help them to release that kind of thing from them. I know a lot of teenagers. They fall in love with someone in their class. They never meet yet, but just because they look at that person, how that person talk, how that person action, they just have a good feeling for that person. Those kids love. You don't have to sit down and find out every single detail like that. But you know how to find out a way to make them go over, cross over that kind of that path. That person will be disappear after a week. A week later, they have another feeling for another person. You don't have time to sit there and find out it, but that is how teenager. Can you see what I mean? Sometimes I talk to the kids on the phone. Like yesterday I talked to a kid in Calgary. He has a big problem. And after everything done, he called me. And I say, congratulations. You have go through a very serious lecture. I say, even Thay is not there for you by a phone. But remember, I am there for you in many ways. You can contact me by email, by phone. Anyway, And he say, thank you, because when I have problem, I have thought about you, your words, and it helped me a lot. After a year of suffering, and now everything I've done. So, when you know someone is suffering, you will, with your mindfulness, you can find out which way to help that person, directly or indirectly. And especially your loved one, like your son, your daughter, you understand them, you can find out a way. Many teenagers, they have problem with their romantic love. You know, it's like a flower on the way to grow up. Sometimes look like blooming, but not yet. You can help them. I have sometimes I say, come with me, drink tea. Sometimes I say, I don't need, I can drive, but I say, I don't feel like driving today. Come and give me a ride to this and that. When they have a time to go out, you know, we talk to them by something else to help them. To sometime in the story, during the conversation, I find a way indirectly to open their mind. And I know the next day, that person is gone from their mind. Kids love. You can give them Tylenol, Advil, aspirin. You don't need to bring them to doctor. Minor treatments, you can do it. After many days of sickness, you drink a lot of pills, and now you know you are like a mini pharmacist. But if someone around you don't realize you suffer, then what you do? You have to tell them, darling, I am suffer, please help. If you feel that you really need help. You know, conversation is one of the most important in our daily communication. So if they don't know what you want, then you have to tell them what you need. And if they really love you, they will do your best. If no one knows what's wrong, we will do some reflecting. Who able to sit down and listen to me? Who that I feel trust, close, that I'm willing to dump my garbage? Find that person. Like if they happen at home, Thay is in the temple, I don't know what's wrong there. So if they need Thay, they have to call and contact. Thay, I'm suffer, please help. Every day I have some phone call, some visitor, or from some emails. And I see a red exclamation in the object, urgent help. So one of the monks, when they come, they say, oh, Thay Phap Hoa, you're so lucky, you have a lot of emails to read every day. I turn around and say, poor you. Can you see all the red exclamation marks? This is the emergency department. Your technology, if we know how to use them, they become bodhisattva. And if you don't know how to use the technology, they become your enemy. So if you need someone to help, you know, they have a lot of walk-in clinics around the city. You don't need to book appointment. But even in the hospital, they also have the emergency department. You can stop by any time after they measure your blood pressure and everything. And if they see that you really need help, they bring you in the room and give you the treatment right away. And if they feel that you're still okay for another few hours, just sit there and wait. Do not lock yourself in the room. That is not a good way to heal you. Do not feel ashamed. I don't want anyone to know my personality. That is something happened in Asian community. They have a lot of pride. They don't want anyone to know their family situation. That's why a lot of stress, a lot of suffer. They are not like the Westerners. Like if they need help, they will come and see and talk. They speak up what's wrong. But Asian people, they don't feel that way. That's why I always encourage them. If you need something, you have to come and see us. Don't worry. Just between, you and us. And slowly, they learn that. Like yesterday, a lady called, said, "Thay, I need to speak with you because I need your energy, your spiritual support." And she came for like an hour to sit there and dump everything in her family for 10 years, for 20 years. She have to hold this piece of rock for 20 years. Now she unable to continue to hold it. So I have a visitor monk. He just visited me last week, and he stayed in the same room with me, and he can see that every morning. I work from 5 in the morning up to 3 in the morning. Every morning, some people come walk in clinics, okay? No appointment. But if you can see that you still a good clinic that people willing to walk in to find you. So if you in the situation of no one know what's wrong with you, then please find someone to express your suffering, to release. That lady, she told me that she have used her sleeping pills for 20 years already. And last night I also talked to a lady to teach her how to breathe when she sits and able to help her to sleep. Don't use, try not to use sleeping pills. So remember that the pride is the wall to make the distance between us and other. And the Westerner are very open. If they have something, they're willing to share. But that doesn't mean everybody can do that. But share doesn't mean you come up to the whole community and speak up. But you can find the one that you feel close. They have the capacity to listen to you. Maybe they cannot find out a way to help you yet. But at least they are the solid, stability person for you to dump your garbage. So that person doesn't have any gift, but that person is a big gift. Because that person offers their time, the effort, the energy to sit there and to listen. So today, I would like to offer the Sangha the 4 ways or the 4 gifts that help every one of us. Even the monastic, we're still human. Sometimes we have problems too. And if I say, I am the monk, I have been helping a lot of people, and there's no way that I come to other person and say, I'm suffer. And if I say that, I'm not a good practitioner. If you're unable to transform all your garbage, you need someone to give you a hand to transform it. The practicing to be mindfulness is to recognize your situation and find a way out, to step out of that dark situation. The Buddha have mentioned 4 kinds of people on the world. The person who step from the light to the light. Some people, they step from the light to the dark. Some people, they will step from the dark to the light. And some people will step from dark to dark. Do you understand that 4 kinds of people? Maybe we in the dark. Now we have the intent to step out to the light. But sometimes we are already in the light, but without mindfulness, we may step in the dark easily. So even the monastic, we're still human. We still have a lot of unwell feelings in us. But the only difference is we have the way, we have the technique. We have learned a lot from you to transform ourselves. And I do need the master when I suffer. So the master also needs me when he feels unwell. We are watering each other. The plants need water, but we also survive our living because of the plants. They give us oxygen to breathe. So Valentine's Day is the day to express something from you to that person you love. Today, I offer you the 4 gifts. The first one, darling, I'm here for you. Second one, I know you are there, that's why I'm happy. Third one, darling, I know you suffer, that's why I'm here for you. The last one, darling, I'm suffer, please help. Thank you for your listening, and I hope that you have a good weekend. And tomorrow our mindfulness day will begin at 9 in the morning, and we will be finished around 5. So I hope that those who haven't heard about tomorrow, and if you think you have time, it's not too late to register. I hope that we see many of you tomorrow in the morning. Thank you.